Orange County homes sold for over asking the second time this year. I'm Eric Engelbert with Orange County Real Estate. Welcome to our weekly market report where we look at all the data for the past 7 days and see how that's going to affect both buyers and sellers. So the second time this year, for the second week, we've had homes selling for over asking. 3 weeks ago that happened for the first time this year, and it was like 10% over. Then we had 3 weeks in a row where it was pretty level. It actually went down to like 2.5% under ask, and then last week was pretty level. But this week it jumped up 6.8% over ask. And why is that happening? Well, we have low inventory. That's the biggest problem, and we still have demand. Despite having high interest rates, we still have high demand. One note is our data comes directly from the MLS, and it's real-time data. We looked all this stuff up this morning, and so this is real-time data right from the MLS. A lot of news outlets and other sources use under the amount of homes that are under contract and pending as a source for demand and as a metric for demand. But in this market that we're in with this restricted amount of inventory, we can't use that, because if there were more homes available for sale, there would be more transactions. So we're really looking at days on market as an indicator of demand, and also list price versus sold price. And when sold price is higher than list price, we know demand is up. And another thing is too, the immediate sales. So homes that sold in the first 2 days or went under contract and pending of the first 2 days of being on the market. That's another metric of buyer demand. It's at 4.5% this week. Nothing crazy there, but still people are putting offers in and getting them accepted on the houses that they want. All right, let's look at this week's data, and our first slide, as always, is the inventory slide. And in Orange County, for all residential units available, is 2,284, and that's down from last week. In the United States, this number for single-family homes continues to go down. Last week I reported that it went up, but it's slightly down, and really, we're not sure when that's going to go up. Hopefully in the spring, right? It goes up, but the weather's been a weird thing. So we're going to keep an eye on that. It should turn around here pretty soon, and we should start getting more homes for sale, both in Orange County and in the entire country. All right, the next line, under contracts and pendings in Orange County, that went up slightly, 1,937. Orange County new listings in the last 7 days, 463. That's slightly down. And then the total solds, 380. That's also slightly down. Nothing, major there as far as the trends. Nothing major, except, of course, the inventory is low. That's the biggest newsworthy, that's the most newsworthy item on this slide. All right, the next slide is our days on market slide. So the median days on market stayed the same in Orange County, 33. The average days on market stayed the same, 62. Under 1 million went down 25. Between 1 million and 2 million, that's 28 days. And over 2 million went up a couple days to 49. Those are all really strong numbers that are showing that we have good demand, good buyer demand in Orange County. All right, the next slide is our key stats. The median single family list price in Orange County went up slightly to 1.689. The OC median condo list price also went up slightly. And then here's this line, sold price versus list price, 6.8% over. You can see last week it was just barely under 0.13%, but this is a big jump. And that really is telling us that the demand is high out there for homes and for housing in Orange County. That's also telling us there's probably some bidding wars, there's probably some multiple offers. So that's, if you're a buyer, you have to be aware. If there's a home that's a new home that's listed, you have to be aware that it's probably getting a lot of eyes on it, and there's going to be some demand for it. And if you're a seller, pricing it right, looking at the data in your area, pricing it properly and making it look nice, you'd probably get multiple offers. And if you don't get a bunch of offers in the first week, or a handful of offers or attention, then something might be wrong. If that's the case, talk to your agent about the pricing, or how is it compared to the other homes in the area. All right, next line, OC immediate sales, that stayed about the same. These are homes that accepted an offer in the first 2 days of being on the market, 4.4%. That's another indicator that demand is up. Median price of closed single-family homes the last 7 days. This went down quite a bit to 970,000. We want to keep an eye on this all the time. It's not a huge number, but that's a big drop. So we'll see if that happens next week. Last week was pretty close to the same, and we'll see if that becomes a trend. If it does, then obviously prices are dropping. But I think it was probably just one little data set here for the last week. Maybe we had a handful of homes sold around that price. Nothing, not big luxury homes selling. All right, the next line is Costa Mesa single family homes. And the first line is the average list price in Costa Mesa. That went down just slightly, 1.731, and then the average close price also went down slightly to 1.2. This is a small sample size again. Our total inventory is only 42, so it's a small sample size, but obviously we've had some new listings that are high prices, and then we had some closings that were maybe some smaller priced homes. But the average days on market is the next line, 35 days. That went up a little bit, but still very strong number. This is just for single family homes in Costa Mesa. And price reductions went down slightly to 28%. Total inventory 42. So the condo data is the next slide. The average list price just went up slightly, but the average close price jumped way down. That's a small sample size too. I think we had 3 closings only, and they were smaller condos. So we still have a couple of condos. I think 4 that are listed over $1 million. A couple right around $1 million. So if we have a couple of those sold, then our average close price is going to jump way up again. So we'll keep an eye, of course, on this data, see if there's any major trends. But one jump this week doesn't look like a trend because it's a small sample size of 3 homes that closed, or 3 condos that closed last week. Average days on market is 50. That's up slightly. Price reductions 39%, and total inventory only 23. All right, that's all the data that we're going to go over. If you're considering buying, knowing the data for your target area is important. Knowing what to look for, what to expect as far as days on market, so you know if there's going to be a lot of competition. Also, if you're considering selling, knowing those things is also important. The average days on market, the average sold price versus list price, and then taking a look at the homes that have been listed for 100 days and seeing, what's different between those ones and the homes that sold in just 2 days. We now have market reports online for every city in Orange County. I'll put a link in the description. And we also break down certain areas. For example, in Costa Mesa, there's a market report for Mesa Verde. There's a market report for Eastside. There's a market report for just condos and townhomes. So if you're looking in a specific area and we don't have a market report, or you want a narrow market report, please just reach out. You can call, text, or email. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great week.